As in the last segment, here are a set of images which have something in common. If you think about each one of them, they each represent growth, though a different kind of growth than the images in the previous session. Each of the images in this segment represent a type of growth where the bigger it is, the faster it gets bigger. In other words, the rate at which it grows is dependent upon how big it is, which is different than the previous essence property. Growth in this instance is what's referred to as exponential growth. In other words, it appears to grow slowly for some period of time and then it begins to grow extremely rapidly. The way that this happens is we begin with the same structure that we had previously, a stock, which represents an accumulation of something, and a flow into that stock. To that, we add what we call feedback from the stock to the flow using a link. Now, the link just conveys information from the stock back to the flow to have an influence on the flow. It does not change the stock itself. Only a flow can change a stock. So what this does is if the stock begins with a value of 1 and it's added each time, it doubles so that after a period of 10 cycles it reaches a value of 1024, which should be pretty obvious since that's 2 to the 10th. Though what happens most often is that there's some sort of a factor that has an influence on the flow itself, so that it's not just the value of the stock that governs the flow, it's the stock times some factor, and in this instance we've made flow equal to stock times the factor, which varies from 0 to 1. So with that set, with the factor set at 0.5, notice that the growth in this instance, which is only, 57 or something like that, is nowhere near the 1024 that it was previously. So that just that small change, apparently small change, of the factor from 1 to 0.5 has reduced the result of this relationship over a period of 10 years from 1,024 to 57, which is a very significant change for just what appears to be a small change in the nature of the flow. So this is what's referred to as a exponential growth due to reinforcing feedback. I consider this to be the second essential property of the pieces that are used to create simulation models. And this particular model is attached as a resource to this lecture. I would encourage you to go ahead and access this model and run it a number of times, changing the initial value of the stock and the value of the factor, and just get a sense of the way that changing the variables has a significant impact on the result of this model over a period of 10 years. Hope you found this interesting, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.